Alright, if you're familiar with our video series where we show you what kind of car we have, you'll know that we always do this. We always do a little hook slide with the car. This is the 77 Trans Am. It's supposed to come with a 400. It actually has a 350 in it instead. It looks pretty good from the outside. It's about what I call a 20-footer. It does have little bits of rust here and there. It's little things like this, but it's also bigger things, like the rust here. It's not too problematic. It's just kind of on the surface, really. But anyway, it has deep dish wheels in the back. The tires are complete crap. Do not rely on these tires for anything. Shallow dish on the front. I thought that was kind of a neat feature. The front end is looking pretty decent. You can see one of the headlights has water in it. We took the shaker off because we were messing with the carburetor. It doesn't actually want to idle right now, but it runs pretty strong. Probably has more horsepower than that 400 ever had, because it was like 180, and this looks to be a slightly built 350. You can tell it's been painted at one time, as evidenced by the blue tailpipe. Like I said, little bits of rust here and there. It's a project. It's not something you're going to jump in, in the next couple of days and drive. You're actually going to have to spend a little bit of time working on it. We do not have the door panels. I'm not sure where they're at. You're just going to have to find you some. This is the way we're starting the car because the customer we bought it from lost the key. So we pulled the guts out of the steering column. There's not a bunch of debauchery happening there. It's just we had to pull it out in order to get it started. As you can see, it's got roll-em-ups. I really like that. It's got a B&M shifter. I don't particularly like those. They're usually kind of a pain in the butt. As you can see, the last guy who owned it, he did the seats, did the console all at one time. And he actually put the seats in backwards. The right should be on the left should be on the right. Got a Holley carburetor and a Holley intake. Some Excel parts on the distributor here. I'm not sure if that's a complete Excel distributor or not, but it's got a nice little coil on top there. You'll have to look at the pictures to see the engine, because I just don't have time to open the hood right now. But there you have it, 77 Trans Am. Looks like Brett's going to help me out here. Got a nice thick radiator right here. You can tell that sometimes somebody spent some money on the engine. They really did. And this was probably quite a badass car. But at the moment, it's just kind of old and beat up and in need of some TLC. Full disclosure, rust here. I think that's the actual dash panel that's rusting right here. It's got some more on the other side as well. A little more extensive. Windshield's cracked. So again, I think that's the dash panel. It just kind of goes from there to there. I'm not sure if it's any more extensive than that. The trunk and the trunk seal look pretty decent. But it looks like somebody did some fiberglassing into the where it might have rusted out way back in the 19-aught whatever. They actually did some fiberglassing in here, and it looks like crap now because it's kind of wet. It's been really rainy here in Georgia. Last little bit. Again, the trunk seal looks like it's not doing too bad. Of course, it got chock full of dirt and leaves and stuff like they always do. Again, just a little rust here and there. There's a good bit right here on this corner. I'm trying to get an angle where you can see it. There you go. It's really foggy out here at the moment. All in all, I mean, if you're into Trans Ams, this is probably as good as it comes along, unless you buy something that's extremely expensive. But for the money you're going to be paying here, I think we're asking $2,500 a best offer at the moment. It's just not really going to come down the road any sweeter than this. I'm not sure if that's stock or not. The sunroof, whatever. Anyway, 912-660-4694 if you're interested. Be happy to hear from you.